To combine the Combaticons into Bruticus, it's easiest to start off with all of them in vehicle mode, apart from Onslaught, so it's easier to go from robot mode to Gestalt part mode. Start off with the tanks because they're the easiest. This guy, you just want to separate this part off, flatten that out, and then what you do is you just tab these two tabs into the two holes in there, and that forms a leg. That's that done. And with this one, to make an arm, you just take this off if it wants to come off. There we go. And instead of folding it flat, you fold it shut into a representation of a hand. It's very vague, but at least it's something. And that plugs into there, and then these joint bits at the top will be sorted out when it's combined. Swindle, to get him into leg mode, we want to fold these bits out of the way, fold the arms out like that, and put them out to the side so the fins are facing outwards. Then I think that bit comes down, flip these bits forwards like that, that goes back that way I think. No, it goes forward, sorry, I'm not that familiar with the way this one goes together. And then for this little bit you need to, I find it easier to get the feet tabbed in and then try and fold it all together, because on this one it's a bit difficult trying to get everything to go together. See, on this one you just put it back to its vehicle mode configuration and then attach the feet onto it. On my one, the port is very weak on them, so that bit needs to be folded back for it to fit there. And then how does that go? I'm struggling to remember. It all fits together somehow, but cannot for the life of me remember. I know. Sorry, do excuse me. You flip the waist around, then turn the legs round this way, then you tab that on, and then it fits together nicely. Then this bit fold down further, then the arms are able to tab onto the side of the legs, and then this you just fold it round until it fits together. And there's a foot mode with a foot piece that on my one likes to fall off very regularly. For Vortex, just move these guys back a bit. Bit different from, actually no, it's pretty much the same as Swindle. Fold the legs out, rotate the waist, separate these little bits, flip them round, rotate the arm there, so that they're how they would be for robot mode. Then you fold this bit down and take the whole section down, and fold these around this way, fold that out there, and there, put the feet into place, fold that down, tab the arms into the side of the legs, like so, if it wants to tab together. And then for this one, if you have the weapon configured like this, and that just goes on, which way round is it? It's this way round, so that the thumb part is on this side of it, and you can angle the thumb forwards so that it could be on either side. See what I mean about the thing falling off? On both Vortex and Swindle, these ports are quite weak, so that's the hand mode. Now for Onslaught, what you do is you hold these, oh there's the cat coming, fold the do you mind? Do it, excuse the cat, it's making a bit of noise. So you fold that up, fold that down. Oh, I've not swindle over, sorry swindle. And then you fold that bit down and extend this bit out. Flip that bit up. Fold these. I can't remember how it goes now. This bit folds out like that, the top bit folds in there, and this bit will tend to fall off a lot, and it just clips onto the thing like so. If it wants to clip back on, there it goes. There we go, that's how you do it. You fold the shoulders up. Should have practiced this really before trying to make a review, and then that tabs in down there, and the same on this side. Rotate that round and that tabs in there, and if it wants to tab together, there it goes, and then this section all collapses down, and then those two holes go over the two pegs there, and that it's done it again. Until I was trying to make this video, I haven't had any trouble with this part coming off really. It's just about getting it lined up with the holes, and then it will go on fine. So yeah, that goes like that. These you can just, the instructions say you have them folded in like that, but they get in the way, so they get in the way of the arm articulation, so I fold them inwards like so, and then rotate the waist around, and then that's onslaught. Oh, and one more thing, you fold these little spiky bits out of his head, and then that's this mode done. So all that's left to do is tab the figures together. I find that when I first got it, Swindle and Vortex wouldn't tab together with Onslaught. The joint needed loosening on it, and it eventually made it a bit easier. See, the hand is just move this bit, move him back so he can fit in, and this hand keeps falling off if it wants to tab back in. There we go. The other arm goes on, fold it down, and here we have Bruticus in his rather tall vehicle, in his tall combined mode, which doesn't want to fit into my view. Move him further back a bit. Yes, that's better. And yeah, this mode, it's quite underwhelming with the knowledge that there is the Fans Project upgrade set that's out there, and the main reason for getting this set for most people is that they missed the Universe version of the figure, and they want to get a more affordable version of it, as opposed to paying almost double what you would for this guy on eBay trying to get the Universe one. And pardon me, for some people are still uncertain about it, and what I think is that if you've already got the Universe one, don't bother spending money on this one. I only really got this one because I got it for a good price on eBay, for about £70. I don't know what that is in dollars, but it's so the main reason for me getting this figure was because I couldn't afford the secondary market prices for the original release one, or rather the second release of the thing, the Universe one, and yeah, this is also going to coincide with the upcoming release of the recoloured Explorer and Munitioner sets from Fans Project, which are going to be supposedly more G1 accurate colours, although I don't really understand the whole thing that they're doing with the colouring on the back of Swindle's truck mode thing. Shut up, cat, I'm trying to make a video. Now, one thing that was certainly off-putting for me when I was considering getting this was the fact that when this release first came out, the size of it wasn't a problem, because the only other combiners we had were the was this Revenge of the Fallen repaint of the Energon figures for Superion, and excuse me, but since, well, a number of years have passed since the Fans Project upgrade was released, and back then it was amazing, so I've heard. I haven't got that figure yet, but the big problem is that since the re-release of it, there has been such advancements as this, the TFC Toys Hercules line, which doesn't even want to fit in frame. Oh, and there's a cat walking off onto the table, hiding behind the side thing. Yes, now, this was the most off-putting thing when I was considering getting Bruticus, was that he would be out of size compared to, he'd be out of scale compared to the other combiners, and there goes a cat walking over everything. Do excuse me 1 minute. Yes, Bruticus, he's been made quite small compared to the other combiners, and it's really highlighted the fact that this is now the new standard for what combiners should be, and this has just been put back a bit almost as what a combiner ought to be. Hercules has sort of become the benchmark for combiners, and so this is slightly underwhelming without the Fans Project upgrade, and the fact that we're getting the Uranus project, which is the third-party Superion set as well, being upgraded to this massive Hercules size scale thing, with each component figure being a Voyager scale as opposed to a Scout size and a Deluxe, which is quite tiny. And this was the main problem for me, and in the end I thought, I want to be able to have a Bruticus, and I don't care if he's a bit small, even if Devastator is much bigger than him. It makes sense that Devastator's bigger because he's got an extra member to his team, but the another problem was that, seeing as there are so many third-party companies out now, that one company might suddenly turn up and say, we're going to release a new version of Bruticus that's in the same scale as Hercules and the Superion one. I can't be bothered to use the real name for it. And that would mean that this guy would be out of a place on many people's shelves, and that was quite a big concern when I was considering getting this. So there are quite a lot of things to consider about this if you're going to buy it, because getting it at its full price, it is a lot of money for 4 Scout size figures and a Deluxe, and if it was a third-party figure, you'd be able to justify it, but it's just it is an official release, so you wouldn't really expect too much of a price for it. But yeah, there's quite a bit to think about if you want to get this. I'm not going to say whether you should or shouldn't get it. Let's just get Hercules out of the way. He's taking up all the limelight, and we'll bring Bruticus back to centre stage, seeing as this review is about him, not Hercules. And yeah, so it's up to you really if you want to get this. Because without the Fans Project upgrade, this figure is lacking to say the least. Because the robot mode, well, the individual figures, they're fine. Vehicle mode's fine, but this combined mode, it certainly lacks a lot in terms of hands, feet, arm articulation. Well, it doesn't have any elbows, and the fact that two of the figures have got the wrong alt modes to be due and accurate. And if you're okay with those things, then you don't need the Fans Project thing. But I think most people, they're getting this set so that they can make use of the upgrade sets, which is why I got this, so that I could get the re-release of the Colossus set. So overall, the individual figures are quite good, but the combined mode is somewhat lacking and requires the Fans Project upgrade to achieve its full potential. So unless you're planning on getting the Fans Project set, or you already have it, I suggest don't spend too much on one of these. And likewise, if you've already got the Universe version, there's no real need to spend any more money on this one. But if you are thinking of getting the Fans Project set and you're looking for an affordable Bruticus set, then this could be the right thing for you. I hope this video has been helpful to you. This has been Such Heroic Nonsense 1. I'll be back soon.